enough stuff. Oh,
Right,
she walked out on her own.
3, 2,
Oh, I fell.
1. Hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco and Moon are here and we're up for another episode of grinding. Now in an actually good spot to grind.
With hot vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta tell you something terrible that I said to Tori.
Oh my god.
So, for some reason, our group chat with her spouse and our friend Amy got really out of hand this morning, and I woke up to 140 messages.
Oh my god.
And they were it was a lot of vampire talk about like Twilight Anne Rice books and a couple other things, because I guess Amy and Hales had read Anne Rice's books. I've never read them. I only know vaguely of Interview with a Vampire. And they were talking about how apparently Anne Rice's vampires have no fluid in their body versus Twilight vampires have venom replace every fluid in their body except for sperm, apparently, which is interesting. Interesting choice. But I made the horrible joke after coming back to that chat. I just said, hey, late to chat, but vampires have dick hard because rigor mortis. And Tori's like, how could you do this to me? Like, how could you? It's like vampires, you know, vampires, like just vampires. It was an irresistible comment I had to make. it was too
perfectly
tempting.
set up.
Yeah, it really was.
We're all here.
It had been well past the time, but like also it's timely because undead and whatnot. Anyway, so there's that. But then Tori also spread the pain around and showed it to her one RP partner who has been doing vampire roleplay. Celine's like, no. Oh shit. Trying to clear the room. Too bad I don't have a multi-pack. Indeed. I really like the sprites on these vampires, by the way.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Like, they also have, like, really great poses. Like, and a really nice palette. I'm just a little confused by the fin ears. But I guess batwing ears, maybe?
That's Solo out there.
That's Solo out where, though?
In here, in our hearts.
Makes me think about Han Solo, though. I love old Star Wars. Oh, hey. How's it going, lady?
She's just taking a straw and we start whacking on her.
I know, right? Like, damn, man. Guess I'm not important enough to warrant murdering. How do I miss every goddamn time? Seoff, you need better, like, accuracy. I don't know what to do for you.
Ooh.
I'm the whack goblin. Did you watch that Let's Play?
Which one?
The Dead Mall one that Aaron and Danny were playing.
I saw scattered bits. Like, I mostly saw it on, like,
God.
you know, the compilation stuff.
Yeah, that one, it's called Dead Rising. Yes, the Dead Rising series that they did, very funny. Especially, I think it's Dead Rising 1 is where the Whack Goblin came from, because it's the original character in it that started the game. Because apparently, because you're in a mall, they have a whole bunch of things you can put together and also dress up in. So one of the things was like a really heinous looking like devil sort of goblin mask thing, and it's either the WAP or the Thwap goblin that Aaron made. Because he'd run around in like a crop top and shorts. And
Oh
mask.
yeah, okay. I've seen that.
Yeah. That was my favorite bit. That was... Aaron is the wavelength that he has for ideas is just perfect.
Oh shit.
Also, that he's a fellow Sailor Moon fan, I cannot stress how happy it makes me when I see dumb shit come out of him.
Okay.
Does he have a
were you
favorite?
watching? I think he likes them all, but I think he really likes either Sailor Moon or Jupiter in particular. But like, you know, like how you just kind of like everybody in a show
Yeah.
sometimes. It's like
Yeah.
that. That's how I felt about the anime when I was younger too, but like I super identified with Usagi a bunch because I'm getting my ass kicked. Not just that. But I was not interested in school and liked video games and stuff. And I guess that was controversial for Japan for a girl, so. And actually, now that I think about it, at the time I was a kid, also controversial. I always forget that. Because I never got bullied for anything like that, so it was like, you know. That's other people's problems. Oh, thank God. I'm getting my ass handed to me. I feel like I should up some strength right now.
That or vitality if you can.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, it works.
Because I was thinking about vitality, but it's like, I do have a lot of HP. It's just that I'm not, what do you call it? If this
Dealing
game had
out.
Constitution, it would be really low for Seoff. She's definitely embodying the clothy lifestyle of MMOs. Where if you heal anybody, you can die in like 2 hits. How dare you give us an empty room? It's bullshit. Knock knock.
Not a lot of hospitality, gotta say.
I mean, I do want to whack them in the face with a flail, so I get it. Coco, what do you find scary in like horror games?
That's hard to say. I know the Wendigo storyline in Until Dawn stuck with me for a while. That like caused me a lot of anxiety. But
Okay, so how did that one work? Because like unfortunately, I was freaked out for a while about the version that Tumblr was throwing around for a long time. Slash, I think it was based off of the Supernatural version, which not terribly accurate, if I understand correctly.
I remember it was in Supernatural that I first encountered it, but I can't really remember it. But at least in Until Dawn, it was pretty much that if a person committed cannibalism on that mountain, then it was a spirit that would then possess them and change them into the Wendigo.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's the like the version that I read about later. But like there was a whole blow up about that on Tumblr a long time ago. There was a post about like
Apparently.
and I think this was mixed folklore that somebody was writing for horror things, but a lot of people took it like as a factoid thing. And I just read it and I was freaked out. And unfortunately, I have some superstitious tendencies when I'm freaked out. So one of the things was I was really uncomfortable with people saying the word Wendigo for a really long time. Because one of the things from the story was if you say Wendigo, it like if you talk about the Wendigo, it's only a matter of time until it shows up.
Oh god,
Yeah.
no, see that would freak me out too. Ugh.
Yeah, like I don't know exactly. I think this is just human to be superstitious. Like it's just you don't understand how something works or have heard like brushes with ghosts or something, and it's like it's just enough, you know, in the blind spot of what you know about life, where it's like, okay, I could buy it a bit, and like especially with spiritualism from other communities is where I get squirrely. Unfortunately, I'm that breed of American where I don't respect Christianity most of the time at all because it's so abused for random crap in the United States. But like, as long as the person who likes Christianity is normal about it, then I'm fine.
Oh my God,
But like, you know,
they don't know.
like, yes, kill the gays because Jesus doesn't like them or whatever makes me super opposed to Christianity. Obviously. So like when you get into other people's faith and you hear like these not necessarily religious superstitions but just superstitions overall, it gets like, but that could be real. Oh no. So like especially because cannibalism is one of those things that really freaks me out. I was really susceptible to that like story when it was on there. There was the other story I was also really susceptible to on Tumblr, which was the Doppler or
Doppelganger?
like the doppelganger. Yeah, like they called it something else for the story, but it was like about how no, it's not called a doppelganger, it's called a tulpa in the story.
Oh,
but that's not the
tulpa.
right
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
And it was like, oh,
But a tulpa
this
is
is
very different from a doppelganger.
yeah, no, this was like you manifested the thing through like these
Pure
are
belief.
basically like yeah, it's like these were very much written in the kind of stuff that were like it would have fit like the writing style of the SCP logs, where they're very well written horror pieces. But unfortunately, I'm a huge baby, so very susceptible to that kind of crap. So that was one of the main reasons why, like, reading that stuff, I got like the really worst like feeling ever about that stuff. I am super poisoned. Hooray.
Are you healing right now or summoning?
I'm in the middle of the healing spell.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll make it through it, because it did just chunk me a little bit because the guy hit me. I don't know which one actually poisons me. I'm assuming it's the vampire, but
I think so, yeah.
stereotype. Oh no, wait, no, I cast. I know what I cast. I cast the robots. That's what I cast. Completely forgot. I was trying to be a little offensive so I could get this red dude out of here.
Tulpa was a concept that came up in Hello Charlotte too.
I don't remember, because I watched Hello Charlotte partially. I don't remember. Wait, no. I didn't watch you play that. I watched Tori start that game.
Oh, Tori started it. Okay.
I think that was the game that she... Like, it's a side-scrolling pixel one, right?
It's not side-scrolling, no.
Let me see. Hello Charlotte. No! Hello Charlotte's that one that you were doing with... Oh, what's that person's name?
Jamie.
Jamie, yeah. No, that's different. That's... Yeah. No, I totally get why that one would really affect you. Because, wow, that game was a whole lot of a lot.
Like, it wasn't... Like, it didn't even start, like, having a serious effect on me until, like, the third game, the second half of the third game. Like, it started in the third game, but it was mostly, like, the subject of abortion that really fucked me up. Like, that's...
Is that something you have difficult time, like, with in general?
Oh, yeah. And, like, I didn't even realize, like, the extent of it till I got to that, and... Ugh.
I don't want to ask further questions for fear of making you feel sick, so...
Yeah.
At least on that line of thought. Because I get it. Well, I get that you are uncomfortable, let's say. I don't get why. Like, or for which reasons, you know? One of the things that has always freaked me out, actually, it's not even necessarily a horror trope, but that forced pregnancy trope that's in a lot of sci-fi shows. That was not great, because I didn't really realize that was a common thing until I was watching this one sci-fi network show, actually, which I'm trying to remember what it was called, where it was a town that was full of scientists and kind of weird goings-on and stuff. And the main character was, like the sheriff of the town. And one of the things that was a weird happening in the town was overnight his girlfriend got pregnant randomly. And she was like 8 months pregnant when she woke up the next morning, and it was like, fuck that. And then I went and read about that a little bit more, and that happened in X-Files, that's happened in just a whole bunch of things. And it's like, why is that like the trope that they pick of all things?
I don't know. I mean, I guess sci-fi does have a lot of horror elements, and that is pretty fucked up. Like, not only does it suck to just be immaculately knocked up, but it's like, what the fuck's gonna come out of there?
Yeah, that's another thing that happened. I don't know if you've ever watched the Alien series of films, but the prequel movie, that's kind of... I wouldn't call it a movie. It's more like, a tire fire, but,
A tire fire?
Yeah, so, like, okay, so basically, I think what they did was they said, hey, we want to make some money, so let's make a movie that, like, is a prequel to Alien, that explains where the alien comes from and whatever, which is a terrible idea when you do that with movie monsters that are perfectly fine just being a force of horrible massacring, right?
Yeah.
But they decided to explain where the alien came from and why it was so humanoid-esque and blah, blah, blah. So the movie is called Prometheus, and it talks about the alien race that actually created our race, apparently. And as a fucking mission to another planetoid kind of thing, we have this crew of a lady who's kind of like Ripley, who's the main character. She has a husband or boyfriend on board, and like several other crewmates that are going to this place. And they find a bunch of alien eggs and all this other stuff that was left behind by the Prometheans, and they actually, I believe, find a cryo-frozen Promethean themselves, and they think that the Promethean is going to be friendly. He is not. He's kind of pissed to see them, let's say. Jesus Christ, I'm dying so much. Why? Wait a minute. No, I did that correctly. And so, like, one of the things in the movie is that facehuggers don't exist, so a different, or maybe they, no, facehuggers don't exist, so it's like a different way of, her husband gets impregnated with the gross stuff, and so he's like sick, but then he gets better, and then they have sex, and she gets impregnated with some kind of alien baby thing, but it's, it turns into like a giant sperm. It's like really weird. Like, she cuts it out of her because obviously it's a creepy pregnancy trope, and she gets it cut out of her before it like kills her, and she leaves it in this like glass enclosure thing, and then later in the film you see this thing fighting the Promethean, and then it like face hugs the Promethean, and a full, like, his body peels away later, and a full-grown like alien is there, like inside his body, that just slides out. It's so fucking weird and awkward, and it's like, why'd you do that? This was wholly unnecessary. What the fuck? Why would you make that a thing? And that's why I say it's a tire fire rather than a film. Because the rest of the movie is basically just a rehash of Alien, except for the thing is about the robots in that movie is that they are basically, the robot is curious about what's going to happen because the robot is a robot, so it has no moral compass and whatever. Just doing whatever for plot reasons, and yeah, so that was a thing. It was dumb. So he kind of facilitates what happens on the ship, which is a massacre, and then the alien gets away. And that's why aliens exist, I guess. I guess. So the other thing is, actually, now that I'm thinking about that, is there's even more like random fucking like spontaneity pregnancy crap, because I think in the third movie that they did of Alien, which was Ripley, excuse me, fucking
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yes, the character of Sigourney Weaver, let's say, because I can't fucking remember if it's Ridley or Ripley. No, it's Ridley Scott, and Ripley is the character. So she has an alien queen that is inside her in the third film, and she jumps into lava on this planet to make sure the alien queen doesn't get born, for first off. Second off, I don't think she feels very good about being alive, and so that's kind of a sad note that they were going to end the story on. But the fourth film clones her so they can have the alien queen, which makes no sense.
Oh, boy.
So basically, don't ever watch anything but the first Alien, is my suggestion. The second Alien is good only because there's just some fun crap in it, because it becomes an action film instead of a horror film.
Yeah.
There's a little girl in it that Scott and I meme about, because she says this line that Scott loves to say, and it's like, they mostly come out at night. Mostly.
That's from Alien.
And yeah, it is from Alien. I know, I was just talking about it. And there's also the best thing about the Alien movies is that, for the most part, her cat is in all of them except for the ones that suck. So the cat always survives.
Good.
Though I would say that Fort sucks, because like there's big gay vibes on Sigourney Weaver and this lady robot. So clone Sigourney Weaver, which I vibe with. Also, everybody in the fourth movie, I believe, survives, which is an interesting thing per the Alien franchise, because it's like a trope to have everybody die, except for Sigourney Weaver.
Really?
Yeah, she has big final girl energy, even if it's an action version of their films. It's weird. I actually think Buttons could probably tell you more about it, because I feel like Buttons knows those movies better than I do. It's been a hot minute since I saw 3 and 4. I've seen 2 and 1, like at varying intervals over the years, because they like to play it around Halloween.
Play the game,
Actually,
Moon.
I am playing. Oh, the game?
Yes.
No, Scott and I tried. So we were hiding in lockers before apparently any aliens spawn, so that can kill you. So that was pretty funny. I want Buttons to go back to playing it, because Buttons, frankly, her fear reactions are great. Or their fear reactions are great, because like, damn. Buttons is like, no! Just loudly yells and jumps into locker.
Oh, that's one game I could never play.
No, that's why Scott was controlling it when we were playing it, because I would just freeze and duck, like, if I was in a game like that. Like, there's no way. I'd be crawling on my stomach through the entire game. Also because, especially, there's, the saves are very strategically far apart, and also there's a human element where there are humans around that are kind of hostile to you, so it's like, I don't want to be here. Also, interesting thing about that, the first Alien, is apparently Ripley was supposed to be a lesbian.
Oh.
Or at least a Bullowa. She was supposed to have a girlfriend. Because there's actually... There were... You know those establishing shots they sort of take, like, before films are done?
Yeah.
There were a lot of concept shots of her and that lady. But what's funny about that is because the Alien game is specifically Ripley's daughter, and I just remembered that. It's like, the butch runs in the family.
13 on me.
Why do I keep getting fucked up by werewolves? I'm gonna die.
They do a shit ton of...
There we go. Hopefully I can get that off before he slaps me again. I just slapped right out of my fucking animation.
Why are your puppers so tough?
We just don't know.
What have you been feeding them?
Steak.
Oh.
I want steak so bad.
Yes. How many times have we lamented not having steak in this series?
Basically, anytime I exist, I want steak, so, like,
Same.
it could be any amount of times, like, right now I'm eating something that's technically, like, the leftovers of a stew I made, like, a week ago. Uh-oh, I hit a button. Oh, no, wait, it's fine. Because, like, there was a bunch of gravy left over from the one stew I made, that It was like more like a braising liquid, but still. So it was a lot thinner than it should have been.
Was what?
But it was fine.
Squad?
And so I was like, man, when I heat this up, it's a lot like soup. And then I had like a galaxy brain idea where it's like, I could make it into soup. So I threw a bunch of green beans in it and some onion and what else? Oh, some more pickles because it was a roulade with pickles in it. So it already had like pickle flavor. So I was like, I can just use the end of my pickles that I made so I can get rid of them. It actually tastes really good. It's like a weird vegetable soup, but it's still really good. Like a vegetable beef soup, rather.
That sounds so good.
I want to try and make this again, because this was actually a pretty decent recipe.
Ooh.
Even though 90% of it was improvised, because like Tori liked to make fun of me when she was reading me the ingredient list was, Moon, you don't have a third of the ingredients that are supposed to be in the Miraquan. I'm like, well, fine. They didn't have them at the grocery store.
Who knows?
I just basically, for the things that I didn't have, I used V8, and it worked perfectly fine. Because V8 has carrot flavor, so it's fine. Carrot and celery flavor, rather.
Ugh, this thing.
I just, that's so much damage! Why do you have so much damage? You're a henchman! The fuck? Blurf, help. On auto, do you think Carly would actually, like, heal?
No. You would have to
Yeah, I
command
had
her. Like, she'd still attack and be able to evade, but yeah, you would still have to order her to heal.
Yeah. Safer to be Carly than... No.
Otherwise, you get Donald Duck levels of healing.
Oh my god. Don't even... No, Donald Duck levels of healing would be if Carly started to use all your potions on her. And I mean, she would, but...
She would.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think it was Tori I told about that anecdote about you RPing Carly. God, you're so ugly. So fucking funny. Like, such a not Coco thing to do. Like, absolutely. Like, very naughty.
Oh, I've roleplayed quite a number of naughty characters.
Oh, I know, but it's still, it's like, it's just really funny because I consider you more level-headed than me by quite a bit. So, like, the fact that you took on a gremlin character to fuck with people is, like, absolutely magnificent. Fuck out. I'm like, yes. I think I'm dying again because I got punched by a man. Oh, apparently if I hit 111, I'm dying. That's actually peculiar. This is not like... This is very weird. Oh, okay. Let's go to Vitality.
Yes.
Make my wounds less bad, please.
I can see why they told us we needed to level up.
Yeah! Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because if I'm struggling with a werewolf, I guess I'm not fit to fight myself. You can't fight a werewolf, you can't fight yourself. It's just a fact.
We need to add, like, the quote feature to our Twitch that
Yeah.
Tori has, because...
Yeah. There's a lot, isn't there? I've said some dumb shit.
If I can't fight a werewolf, I guess I'm not ready to fight myself. Out of context, it's just so great.
I just remembered because I was watching the Hollow Knight episode again on accident, of the Grumps, where is Danny and Aaron are fighting, and or not fighting, they're just talking, and Danny goes, "This is the stupidest conversation we've ever had," and Aaron goes, "No, we talked about mac and cheese a really long time once," and it's like really fast, and it's like, really? You like, like really?
You
have
just
to,
had
like,
that
you have to-
ready, immediately
He had
ready.
it- It's like, no, this is the stupidest conversation we've had. Mac and cheese. Obviously. Don't even try it, Danny.
There was no one in
Just
there,
so
was there?
fucking funny. She's just
I think
standing
she's
there
like
and I
delayed
missed it.
dead or something.
I don't know. Maybe that's the power of the undead.
There,
If I
that
was a
killed her.
different person,
Your
I would
little
make
smack
fart
at the end.
Deadass, if I was a different human being, I would make fart jokes about Blorf, but I cannot physically stomach it.
Take the portal.
Summon
Take
your
the
inner Aaron Hansen.
I can't. He talks about pooping too much. Also, the funniest fucking stories are when he is in distress and has to shit. I feel so bad for him, but holy fuck. Talk about funny bullshit.
No, they're over there.
Like I would not want to be in his shoes.
But you know what? We will go ahead and leave this episode off right here. Thank you folks for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye. Don't shit your pants.